What is going on, Cupbangers? Today is a beautiful Tuesday in LA. I'm in the 918. I'm Alejandro, and let's talk about cars, yo. Hit it, Pedro! Exactly 2 years ago, I went to Italy to spec out my very own Pagani Huayra. It was nothing but a dream. The Pagani family took really good care of me, and together, we came up with the spec that you know today as the one and only Pagani Huayra 730S. My car arrived around February of 2015 and I had it for about a year after that. It was insane. Everywhere I would go, the crowds would go nuts because of the car. People would just stare, wondering, what the f*** am I looking at? I took it with me on many adventures and put a million smiles on my face, but today he's gone. And this is why I'm making this video. So then, Alejandro, why did you sell it? Why did you sell it? Well, let me start by saying, number one, I love Pagani. I really do. I love the cars they build, from the Zonda all the way to the Huayra, to the BC, to the Roadster, every single car. I love Horatio, even though he doesn't like me these days. Ever since I did Hyper 5, there's been this thing with Pagani where they've been mad at me, saying that either I rigged something or my car was not working right. So I know that relationship with Pagani is kind of weird. But I do personally love him, and I appreciate Horatio, I appreciate Luca, I appreciate Francesco, everyone at the factory, Andre, I'm not gonna name you all. So please make sure to understand that I'm in no way, shape, or form bashing you. I just want to say it out loud. I want to say why I sold my car, and this is my personal experience and my personal opinion. And if you guys don't like it, you don't have to agree with it. It's like, why did you choose to buy red shorts instead of blue ones? Like, it's my thing. So let's get ready. I'm gonna give you a few reasons why I got rid of it. Number one, banging gears. I never thought in my life that I would be making a show for cars with the craziest cars in the world and putting them against each other and having the fun that I'm having. I never thought that. Sadly, for banging gears, it's very good for us and for me to have a 918 instead of the Huayra. And the reason why is simple: speed. This will be the standard. This is the boy that sets the speed times for everything. So as far as that goes, if it was a choice of keeping one or the other, that had to be the choice I made, because this is the one that will help me for the show. Number two, it's slower than advertised. It goes around the Top Gear track so fast and everything, and my car came in 5th after the Bugatti Veyron Super Sport in the Hyper 5 show that we did. Let me tell you this, I'm just being completely honest of what happened here. Horatio and everyone got so mad at me, and they said, there's no way your car came in that slow. You should have called us for tires. I called you guys. I told you that I was going to do that like everyone else. And don't get me wrong, it's not a chip on my shoulder or anything. You guys didn't take me seriously when I said, I got all these cars, let's go make it. Then Horatio asked me, why didn't you put the proper tires on the car? Because you didn't give me the proper tires, Horatio, with all due respect. And then he said, there must be something wrong with your car. There's no way the cars are that slow. If there's something wrong with my car, this is how you sold it to me. And two, it passed inspection to be sold to a second and third owner. So I don't think there's anything wrong with the car. It's not as fast as advertised, at least in my opinion. I tested it out against the other cars. We used professional drivers and everything, and it came nowhere near as fast as it would like in other shows like Top Gear or anything else. So not as fast. It has a battery problem. And what do I mean by a battery problem? It was really annoying every time I took the car out somewhere and I parked it out. Like, for example, when I did Gold Rush, the first night we left all the cars sitting in a parking lot for one night. I had been charging the car for days, like weeks. You put it in the trickle charger so that the battery never dies, and that's the way to solve that. So the first time I took out the trickle charger for that car was the day I drove it to San Diego, drove it all day. That night I left it in the parking lot and it died. That happened way more times than I'd like to admit. So what was the solution? I don't want to deal with that problem. It's so embarrassing having a dead battery in the middle of something that you're doing with other people when everyone is admiring the work that Pagani's done on their car. And yet, oh, you can't get your car to start, Alejandro. Fucking champion. So the battery problem was really annoying. Next, the gearbox. The gearbox is not good, and forget about like when you're really driving hard at slow speeds. Oh my God, the car just jitters whenever you're getting from first to second, and every now and then it'll give you like that punch in the back of the head. It's brutal. And then you get to drive the new cars and you're like, oh, how can I justify that? The next point, it's very delicate. I mean, every single time I had someone getting the car just looked at me and said, I don't want to sit in it. It's true. It feels like that. Like, it feels like you're going to break everything. And listen, that's just something perception that people have. And this is because the car looks so beautiful. It looks like an art piece. So it's intimidating. And then you're driving it, it's the same thing, and you feel it. I don't know how to explain that. You have to be delicate with the car. Even though you can abuse it, you can. But you don't want to for some reason, or at least I didn't in my mind. Fixing a thing. So I had a broken key in my Huayra, and I told Pagani, can you guys help me fix this key? And it literally took like 8 months for me to get a new key. And I appreciate it. They comped it and everything because I had some problems in the dealership with it and whatnot. But 8 months just waiting for a key, it's a little ridiculous, you know? And I understand, Pagani's a small shop. They're building cars every day that they're selling. Excellent. It's just, I need things right away, and especially now that everything is so fast-paced. We're traveling with these cars. We're shipping them here and there. We're putting them under pressure constantly. The car is just not going to handle that. It won't. I'm sorry. You might need a support team for that, but at least for me, it didn't work for me. The value, and I'm saying this, a lot of people are giving me crap about me talking a lot about money, but this is true. You're spending your money, you have to think about money. And the money proposition here on the Huayra, it's retarded. I'm going to tell you simply why. Anyone who paid more than $1.8 million for a Huayra is not the smartest person in the world. Coupe. Why? Because they're selling the Roadsters already at 1.75 million euros. The Roadster will have a better gearbox, the new technology in the carbon fiber body. I mean, the new screen, the new everything. Why on earth would you buy a car for more than that? And that's what they're selling for. Just giving you a little insight there on that market. These cars are trading between 1 and 1.3 million euros. It's really hard to justify anything more. So when I heard that someone was willing to pay me the amount of money that they paid me for mine, I was like, I'm out before the bubble explodes. Also, another problem that Pagani has is that fake bubble pricing that they're creating for their owners. It's working great, but now that Pagani's jumping from 1 million to 2 to 3, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, and what do I mean by that? That Huayra BC, it's 2.5, 2.6. You're gonna end up with a 2.7 million euro car. That's what it's gonna end up costing. And the LaFerrari Spider is 2.4, 2.5 million euros. So let me ask you, would you rather have a LaFerrari Spider, even if there's 150 of them, or a Huayra BC? And I know that everyone's gonna say a LaFerrari Spider. Whoever says a Huayra BC, I respect it, but it's not thinking performance, value, anything. Because you're going to sell that BC, no one's going to give you more money than what you already paid for it. No one. And I know that Pagani says, you know, we got offered $3.5 million for these cars. That's not true. Not true. These cars are not selling for what they want. And at some point, that bubble is going to pop. I don't want to be there when that happens. So, ideally, when is the right time for Alejandro to buy a Pagani? Great question, Alejandro. When Alejandro has enough money to have a car that sits in his house for a long amount of time and takes it out once every 2 months, that's the time. For right now, I need to use the cars, I need to be able to milk it, I need to be able to enjoy it, and I need to be able to crush things with them on the track. So these are all the reasons why I sold my Pagani. Again, nothing wrong against Pagani. I hate that these guys are looking at me like, you know, what a piece of shit you are for showing the world what your car did as far as numbers go. But what do you want me to do? I'm here. I'm telling everyone that it's enough for the manufacturers, magazines, and everyone to fucking make up times. And I'm telling you I'm doing this, and you get mad. All I'm doing is showing you guys what I find. And I'm talking about my own experiences. And if that hurts, that hurts. And I'm sorry. I apologize. Horatio, even though you know me, and you're mad at me and whatever, you know, sabe que lo adoro, pero I can't do this like that anymore. I can't just hide it and then hide behind, like, you know, telling people why I really sold the car, and everyone's just pressuring me more and more and more. And I hate talking about the car. I hate talking about the Huayra because a lot of bad things happen every time I make a post. People online go crazy. So, Cupbangers, what do you think? Do you think I made a mistake? Do you think I did right? Do you think just buy whatever makes you smile? Because that's the plan that I'm in for. It doesn't have to always make sense with money. I pay cash for my Model X, for example. You think I care about the depreciation and all that? No, because I know I can take that hit. So, Cupbangers, let me know what you think. Anyways, that was really, really dark. Anyways, ooh, I'm sweating like a hooker in church. Let me know what you think altogether about the whole thing. Do you think Paganis are going to go up in value? Are they not? And what you think of the brand is everything. Again, I really love them. This Honda is my second favorite car in the world. Yeah, that's it. All right, Cupbangers, that's it for me. If you liked the video, make sure to like it. If you're not subscribed, please make sure to subscribe. Thank you so very much for watching, Cupbangers. I'm Alejandro, and I do not approve this message. Peace.